welcome you into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School for our third game of the day, and this one will be for 7th place as the Collierville Dragons take on the O'Fallon Panthers. We just saw a very riveting game between Althoff and Mundelein. Jordan Lewis with 31 points. Bishop and Willoughby for Mundelein, I believe, had 41 between them. And the Mustangs able to pull out a close victory to ensure 11th place. In our first game of the day, we saw Granite City handle Alton for 13th. For this one, we'll give you all a quick rundown of our starters. O'Fallon will bring out the standard 5 for them: Jaden Rush, Jalen Smith, Dwayne Chapman, Kobe Wilmoth, and Rennie Harris. Noah Alex Vandenberg once again for the Dragons, still recovering from that injury he sustained in the Quincy game. They will go with Terry and TJ McNeil, Isaiah Tyson, Cooper McCrae, Elijah Lucier, and Webb Thomas. We bring in Matthew Clark. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, it'll be an interesting one. Zach, I'll turn you up just a tad right there. Should be very interesting. Collierville, this is going to be a rough one for them, I feel. I mean, O'Fallon have a little bit of size, and they exploited that in their win over Mundelein. You're talking about two teams that won their first game, got off to a great start, and have kind of subsided before that for different reasons. O'Fallon has gone just stone cold. They are bottom of the standings in three-point percentage. They are 10 of 48. That's 20%, and that most of them have been in that, those last two games that they lost. Collierville, more of a tough bracket situation combined along with the fact that they lost one of their top players. Obviously, Alex Vandenberg being a loss. I saw him earlier today. I thought that he was going to play, but he is in street clothes. Has his jersey on, but a sweatshirt is over it, and I don't think that complies with the rules of the IHSA. Not that the Tennessee team would know those rules, but Alex Vandenberg, of course, had to stitch up his lip, I think, after that hard hit in the quarterfinals, and Collierville have not looked like the same team since. And again, tough teams. You playing Quincy and Collinsville back-to-back, tough draw. But hopefully a bounce-back game for them today, and they're going to need some of their players who have been decent in this game to step it up a little bit and work on it, and hopefully give them a good win.
Yeah, I mean, we're just one of those things where you see a lot of injuries happen, unfortunately, and Collierville, it seems, have suffered more from that than just about any other team. Crowd starting to fill up a little bit more. You see Lincoln have arrived, getting ready to taking in some of the action before their 5th place matchup with the host Collinsville K-Hawks. And I mean, for O'Fallon, it's just shoot the ball better than he did against Lincoln. Lincoln just absolutely shut them down. 10 points through 3 quarters.
Whew.
Yeah, scoreless
Brutal.
in the 3rd. Just all in all, just a horrible performance. Coach Muniz, I would think, would just want to rectify, just improve on that just in general. And for Coach Taggart and the Dragons, you just you really have, you've done all right. You played relatively well against Quincy. Obviously, Vandenberg had a bit of a rough go in the 9 o'clock game last night against Collinsville, but still here, able to see if they can get back to 500 going into and make their 5-hour trek or so back to the Memphis area and see if they can continue. All in all, a pretty good season that they've had so far.
Yeah, if there was a strength of schedule meter, I think Collierville would be at the top of it. Triad, who's in the Consolation Championship, and then they played Quincy and Collinsville. Those are 3 really difficult teams, and they've got a 4th one here in O'Fallon who are going to be vengeful. I would be surprised if they come out sluggish. I'd imagine that Brian Muniz for O'Fallon has lit a fire under his team, scoring 0 points in a quarter. Not only is that a combination of bad shooting and bad offense, but it's also a combination of no confidence and just a lot in negative energy, just bad body language and all of that. And so for O'Fallon, it's different. Collierville can go back with 3 losses and say, okay, we got a lot better and we need to, develop for state, get all of our players back, and we'll be in a good position. But for O'Fallon, if they lose this third game, that could bleed into their second half of their conference season. They're fighting for a conference title right now. They've got to still play a Belleville East team that beat them by 22 earlier in the year, and you also have to play you have to play East St. Louis twice. They have a really tough conference schedule ahead of them, so they need to make sure they take care of games. Collierville, a team that O'Fallon beat by a couple points earlier in this season, took care of Collierville last night pretty handily, and I would imagine that's O'Fallon, at least for my prediction right now, would do something very similar, but TJ McNeil for O'Fallon is a tough guard to play against.
Yeah, we'll see what you would think. Probably Panthers will have Jaden Rush on him. Referees ready to go as the Collinsville K-Hawks head down, looking like they're going to have maybe just finishing up a little bit of a walkthrough for their Lincoln game. And
you would be correct about that.
Tip up and controlled by the Dragons. Here is McNeil. He will hand it off to Tyson. Tyson will dribble the ball up at the top of the key. On a little cross-screen action, get it to McNeil. Ball screen from Lucier. Spin around Harris, shot up and good.
TJ McNeil hasn't skipped a beat, hasn't he, since they played? I mean, they played just about 12 hours ago. That game went to about 11:30 because of the overtime loss. And TJ McNeil's a great player. Special talent out of Collierville.
Yeah, averaging him just under 16 a game for the tournament. Shot up and good by Jaden Rush. Yeah, I mean, just kind of good start for McNeil. Obviously, got to be able to get him going, especially with Vandenberg out. Pass in, back out to Tyson, over to McNeil. He'll pull it for three. Got it.
Bad start, really bad start for O'Fallon. They don't want to give TJ McNeil the opportunity to defend. And Jaden Rush has had some tough guards to defend in this tournament, but it looks like they're putting Jalen Smith on him maybe, or that's who TJ McNeil is guarding. He's a good defender as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a separation there from Rennie Harris, shot up and good. Rennie Harris maybe not quite the tournament that we were expecting out of him. Only 15 points in 3 games. Just after really kind of burst onto the scene in this tournament last year as a sophomore, and it's just this hasn't quite been the tournament that I'm sure Harris was hoping for. High-low action there for Lucier. Nice defense there by Chapman. Rush will recover it and get it up to Wilmoth. Wilmoth guarded closely, drive to the middle, bump into Lucier, shot up and good. Yeah, Kobe Wilmoth, leading scorer for the Panthers, averaging just under 11 points a game for the tournament. Gets a bucket there, and the Panthers' lead is 6-5. Here is McRae. Get it out there to Tyson, or McNeil. Check that. He'll survey things. Get it over to Tyson. Get it to Lucier, ball screen, get it to him. And we'll get it back out to Tyson. Survey things, get it over to McNeil.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They got to go here. I think McNeil doesn't necessarily realize it.
Yeah, get the ball screen there. And good defense there from Harris, and have a shot clock violation. Yeah, good defensive possession there from the Panthers, and a little bit of energy there from the Panther bench.
Yeah, and that's what they needed. They lacked a lot of energy in that Lincoln game, and so I bet that's something that Brian Munoz demanded out of his players coming into this game, especially from the people on the floor.
Yeah, got after it. Yeah, Dragons picking up man-to-man. Tyson pretty closely guarding Rush, but the Panthers able to get it over without too much trouble. They'll get it on to Chapman on the wing. He'll get it down to Wilmoth. He'll run a nice pass there to Harris, crashing to the rim, and Harris has his second bucket of the game.
Well, O'Fallon will feel really better. I mean, obviously Lincoln is the best defense in this tournament, but Collierville second worst, allowing 57.7 points per game.
Yeah, shot up there and no good. Harris kind of smacked the rim, maybe altered the shot just a little bit. Panthers will get it. Smith will bring it up and look to push. Get it right to the free throw line, but he traveled. Substitution for the Dragons as Antonio Thompson makes a relatively quick appearance. We'll see Webb Thomas head to the bench.
Good work there by Collierville to get the turnover, but again, O'Fallon, when they had the size advantage and were getting in the paint against Mundelein on the first day, were able to score pretty easily, and especially in Decatur MacArthur's defense is not that great as well, especially in the paint, giving up points in the paint, and when O'Fallon, Lincoln really did a good job of stifling that, and that's why they scored 0 points in the third quarter there.
Yeah, they're going to McNeil, and he's ripped by Harris, and will pick up a foul. Maybe not an awful foul there, slowed down the Panther transition, able to get their defense set in the half court. Harris will inbound the ball to Rush. Rush guarded by Tyson. He'll bring the ball up, get it over to Harris, looking to establish Wilmoth on the post. He'll get it to Chapman, trying to run a high-low action. Pass a little offline. Wilmoth able to get to it and get it back out to Smith. He'll get it over to Rush, and the Panthers will reset. 13 on the shot clock. Get it to Harris and down into Chapman against the smaller, horizontally Lucier, but decent enough defense there, and the Dragons will take over. McNeil up to Tyson. He'll back it out and get it back to McNeil, and the Dragons will get into their offense. Get it to McNeil, get a screen from Lucier, work it over to Tyson, and Tyson travels. See Isaiah Camper and Trey Gilliam come in for the Panthers, and we'll see Felipe Boyce come in for the Dragons. Camper probably been the nice three-point option off the bench, really the only one who's been able to hit much of anything from the outside for the Panthers so far in the tournament.
Yeah, and Collierville can't afford for these turnovers here, and that's what's kind of burned them. And they've had these couple of rough turnovers, and then they turn into points, easy points for the O'Fallon Panthers. And O'Fallon, again, is a team where if they get the momentum, they're really good. If they don't have the momentum, they really are rough. So, you know, they got to make sure they stop O'Fallon momentum.
Yeah, they're good to Gilliam at the top of the key. Try and work high low to Wilmoth. He'll get it. Shot up no good. Gilliam crashing hard. And it will stay with the Panthers. It looks like it went off one of the Collierville players, perhaps Antonio Thompson.
Out of all the players that I saw yesterday play for O'Fallon in that rough loss to Lincoln, I thought Trey Gilliam was the best player on the floor for Tom because he brought the energy, the excitement, the energy that is needed against a team like Lincoln when everything's going out your way. He's an aggressive rebounder, may not be able to shoot the ball that well, but he plays with a lot of energy and a lot of heart and a lot of passion. And fortunately, he's a little bit of a raw player. Unfortunately, he's a little bit of a raw player too, so things like that travel are going to happen. But
yeah,
I have a feeling he'll get quite a few minutes here.
Yeah, see Will Brown come in as Harris will have a little bit of the rest. Saw Daryl Brady come in at the last stoppage for the Dragons. It will be Dragons basketball as Thompson inbounds to Boyce. Boyce to, that is McNeil. He'll able to get to the lane, shot up and good. Got some contact, no call, and the Dragons will pick up full court.
We've seen quite a few teams here using their best options and getting them ball screens so that they can be able to create a little bit more inside the paint. And they did that really well there. Good screen by Cooper McRae, and just gave the slightest amount of space for the shot.
And Wilmoth able to get around McRae, shot up no good. Thompson skies for the rebound and throws it out of bounds. Coach Taggart not very happy, and he'll walk down to the end of the bench to decompress a little bit.
Kobe Wilmoth has had a really rough tournament. Some of those shots, we saw them drop it in like, you know, raining in those shots, those easy teardrops from inside the paint. And since that MacArthur game, he's gone really cold. I mean, you think of what? He was 1 of 7 from 3 against the MacArthur Generals. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Clear out there by Smith. No call. Gilliam able to get the loose change and cash in for 2 points. Yeah, Wilmoth had a pretty good game against Mundelein in the opening round, had like 21 points, but yeah, just 1 of 7 from 3 against MacArthur and just hasn't really been able to get going, as we'll have a foul called on Jaden Rush. We'll see Camper come in.
Yeah, and only 1 assist, too, for Kobe Wilmoth. He's just, whenever he's not making shots, he's not helping the team in a lot of great ways. And, you know, this is a player who has got the experience. I mean, he was a great player for the Centralia Orphans last season.
Yeah, was one of their main guys playing under Lee Bennett here now. And, I mean, it's just been a little bit of a difficult thing. Flex offense there. Get Thompson and now get it over to McNeil on the other side. Shot up, no good. Scramble for the rebound. And it will eventually be recovered by Boyce. Boyce get it. Nice pass in there to Thompson. Shot up and no good, but we have a foul called, I would think, on Gilliam.
Even right there, Kobe Wilmoth couldn't get the 50-50 ball, and then he doesn't track his man back on the fast break. I'm not trying to be mean to Kobe Wilmoth. I think the reason why I'm saying this is because I know he has the potential to be a really good player, and I was interested to see how he would do in this tournament. You know, it's a scrappy game. This has been a scrappy contest, and so you have to be able to match up to the physicality of these teams. And I don't think Wilmoth has done it quite as good as he was hoping to. You know, it's also different for Wilmouth, who played at the Centralia Holiday Tournament, playing at home during the holidays, coming over to a Collinsville tournament and playing, 3 separate days and not having the home crowd behind you. I understand that's a tough thing.
Yeah, Thompson able to make both there and cut the Panther lead to just 1. Here is Camper putting on some nice dribble moves, able to get it up there. He'll get it to Brown. Brown will pull it from the corner, rolls around, no good. Gilliam with another rebound, scrapping down there, and we'll have a foul on either Thompson or Brady. And they're going to give it to... And they are going to give it to Brady.
Yeah, credit to Trey Gilliam getting back to the line here. Even though O'Fallon missed a couple of shots and a couple of players are a little bit frustrated, Trey Gilliam continues to play hard and play as if every possession's his last. And, he fought for that rebound super hard, and he's strong in there too. He's the type of player you really don't want to play against a player like that because he's never going to stop. He's never going to stop playing hard.
Yeah, see handful of substitutions made by both teams. See Rennie Harris and Dwayne Chapman back in for the Panthers as Brady goes back to the bench for the Dragons. I think they brought McCray back in for him.
And it's interesting, too, both of these teams really similar on their average of rebounds. They give up about 28, 27 rebounds, and they gain 20, 27 rebounds. Both of these teams very tight in that department.
Yeah. Next one from Gillian open, no good. Rebound by
Nice
Chapman.
Rebound.
Get it over to Camper. Camper for 3. No good. Thompson, the only one crashing hard, and Smith is able to get another one. And Chapman able to drive the lane. Blocked by Thompson. Boyce with the run out. And he'll back it out and get it to McNeil. McNeil able to get to the lane. Nice pass over there to Thompson. Shot up and good.
How about that, TJ Thompson? Antonio is his real name, but TJ making a big swing. That's a 4-point swing right there for Collierville, and it's a tie game.
Yeah, work it down into Chapman, guarded by Lucier. Able to clear out with the elbow. And, yeah, offensive. And very delayed, kind of a delayed call, but all in all correct, I think.
I've seen that referee. I don't know his name, but he's a strong referee, makes some pretty good calls. He's done that before for our games. He'll wait. Give it a second. He was looking at the assistant coach on Collierville's bench, who I guess really thought that was a foul. Looking him straight in the eye, called it off. It's a foul, and Collierville gets the ball back. It's been a good quarter from them, especially when O'Fallon jumped out pretty quickly there.
Yeah, get it from McNeil over to McCray to Lucier. Another flex offense from the Dragons. Work it out to Thompson. Thompson will get it to McNeil. Big head fake, shot up, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Eventually corralled by Rennie Harris. He'll push it up to Camper. Camper got fouled.
Oh!
And it will fall in.
He put a little spin on that one. He went with his inside hand, which normally you can't get a lot of spin like that. It may have come off of the block that the Collierville Dragon player was trying to attempt to make. But that's a good physical bucket there for Isaiah Camper, who normally is a guy who you see shooting the 3 a little bit.
Yeah, going to get Boyce for the foul. See Brown come back in as well as Rush. Yeah, really good take there. And as you mentioned, Camper, a guy that is going to do most of his damage from out on the perimeter, able to drive to the rim there and make a very nice contested layup.
He had 10 points versus MacArthur, so he is a big piece, almost like a 6th man for this O'Fallon team in terms of scoring. He can help them in that department pretty much.
Yeah, Boyce will bring it up for the Dragons. 45 seconds left, 27 and counting on the shot clock. Here is Thompson trying to get it to McNeil. Harris hard, and they'll get it into Thompson again. Antonio Thompson.
That's his 4th point of the day, and O'Fallon really cheated on that play. They thought they were going to get the steal, and then TJ McNeil, the lane just opened for him, and that's a nice find as well.
Yeah, just 4 points in the 3 games preceding this, and he's got 6 so far. Off to a pretty good start for him. And we'll work it to Camper on the wing, get it back to Harris, 14 and counting. Harris guarded pretty closely by McNeil. 10 seconds now.
Yep, I saw that steal coming. He's a good defender, TJ McNeil.
He's got McCray there. Get it to him. Layup and good. And the Dragons have the lead at 15-14. Get it into Will Brown, 65-footer. Quite a bit off to the right.
Great
and
quarter.
The Dragons will
Great
have the
finish
lead.
from the quarter for Collierville. Great finish.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. We'll be back in just a little bit here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
We welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 15-14 in favor of the Collierville Dragons, as we are just about ready to begin our second quarter of action. It will be Panther basketball to start. And Matt, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, O'Fallon looked like they had a little bit of energy, but it feels like the same old O'Fallon team. I mean, I'm surprised that they are kind of getting, out-energied here. I don't know, that's not a word. That's travel there, I think. Oh, travel. Yeah. So they've kind of lost their energy. Collierville playing with a lot of heart and a lot of passion, and for O'Fallon playing in the Southwestern Conference, you normally would expect them to have a lot of energy and excitement, and they just haven't had it right now.
One thing that I've kind of noticed as a general trend, especially since the departure of East St. Louis a couple years ago, is that Southwestern Conference teams typically, it seems like usually one of the Southwestern Conference teams winds up not doing all that well. Belleville East had a bit of a disappointing run last year. Flex offense, and they're able to get McCray on the cross screen to give the Dragons a 3-point lead. Really just, and O'Fallon have probably had kind of a disappointing run here, only playing for 7th place, a team that probably had aspirations to win coming in. But Wilmoth will get it on the wing, trying to get it. He'll look baseline. Cut off there, spin around, shot up, and no good.
Wow, that just about sums up Kobe Wilmoth. He did not hit rim on that. That's usually an easy bucket for Kobe Wilmoth. Easy 2 points.
Able to get it to Boyce down on the corner. Shot up and good. Felipe Boyce with his first bucket of the game, and the lead out to 5 for the Dragons.
Collierville looked like they want to win 7th place. O'Fallon looked like they just want to go home and have this tournament ended.
Yeah, see, they were blocked by McCray. Harris able to get it back, get it out to Wilmoth. Great closeout by Tyson. Wilmoth pulls up over the smaller defender. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Panthers. See Camper come back in for O'Fallon, and Linwood Diller make an appearance for the Dragons. He had a decent amount of minutes last night against Collinsville. Get it out to Rush. They'll get it to Harris. Harris will pull it from about 7 feet out. No good. Wilmoth crashing hard with the rebound. He'll go from about the same spot and got it.
Hopefully
Wilmoth with 4 now.
Hopefully that gets Wilmoth going here. Finally hit one of those shots that he made a ton of in the Madison or in the Mundelein game.
Yeah. From Tyson over to McCray. He'll get it to Lucier and get it to Dillard. Now to Boyce. He'll drive the lane, get around Camper. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Smith. 5-on-4 opportunity for the Panthers if they hurry. They'll get it to Camper. Camper will wait, sidestep, take a 3 short. Hustle gets his own rebound. Shot up and good. Isaiah Camper with 5, and Coach Taggart will take a 60-second timeout. Back in just a minute here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
And we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 1918 Dragons. Coach Taggart taking the time out there after the far too easy layup for Isaiah Camper. It'll be Dragons basketball. And McCray will inbound to Tyson, presumably.
If I was Sean Taggart after that timeout, I'm saying you got to rebound the basketball. Look, they're playing good defense. They're forcing bad shots from O'Fallon, but they're not getting the rebound. You have to play the whole possession defensively, and that includes getting the rebound. And Collierville have given up a couple easy offensive rebounds, and O'Fallon switches to the zone defense.
Yeah, it gave Lincoln a little bit of trouble. They're going to get Will Brown on the foul, though. Yeah, really a aggressive trapping 2-3. Gave Lincoln a little bit of trouble yesterday early. Unfortunately, the Panthers, horrible offensive showing, weren't able to get anything going as McNeil will come back in.
And it feels right now that O'Fallon's still lingering from some of those offensive effects. I mean, that's not to say that in a bad way. They're having a little bit of trouble putting the ball in the basket. A couple of these easy baskets just haven't fallen for them. And Collierville have taken advantage and kind of gotten themselves back into this game and being competitive.
Yeah, they'll work it into the middle for Dillard, and shot up no good. Scramble for the ball, winds up getting knocked out of bounds, and will stay with the Dragons. Coach Muniz is not very happy about it.
Well, if I'm Coach Muniz, I'm not happy about the fact that Linwood Dilliard just took a wide open shot from the free throw line, and O'Fallon didn't get the rebound.
Yeah, just right there in the, got there right in the middle of the zone, and that's the weak spot. Nice scramble there by Brown, but Dillard able to hang on, get it to Tyson, right in the corner, get it down to McCray on the baseline, blocked by Wilmuth. Scramble for the ball. Thompson able to get up. Antonio Thompson really having his best game of the tournament. He's got 8 points, really being a pretty big contributor for this Dragon squad. Camper will bring it up for the Panthers, guarded closely by McNeil. He'll work it, and he'll wave Wilmuth through, keep it. He'll work it there, trying to get it in the middle for Smith. Nothing there. He'll get it back out to Rush, and the Panthers will reset. Trying to establish Wilmuth at the high post. He'll get it there. Double teamed, and yeah, he traveled.
Fallon have gotten a lot of these travels. We saw sometimes those travels haven't been called in this game, but right now Collierville's defense, that's normally where they want to set up their offense, and if O'Fallon can't get it into the high post and get their motion offense set up, then they're in a really bad spot right now.
Yeah, McNeil will bring it up. And, speaking of that offensive efficiency, Collierville have really done it pretty well, nearly threw the ball away there, but, they've been able to get into that flex offense, and they've really had some good looks with it. Tyson will get it into Thompson. He'll survey things, get it to McCray. He's guarded closely, but will eventually get it out to McNeil.
5 seconds on the shot clock, yep.
He'll get there, crossover dribble by McNeil, trying to hop step, get it around and up and in.
That's a shot that Jaden Rush would normally take himself. He was just told he got cooked on that play by TJ McNeil. Collierville's biggest lead of the game.
And back out to 5. Rush will bring it up for the Panthers. He'll get it in the wing corner area to Smith. He'll drive baseline, cut off, rotate it to Brown. He'll drive the lane, shot up and good. And he was fouled. Probably going to get Thompson on that. Will Brown with his first bucket of the day, only for a guy who's normally a decent scorer off the bench, only 7 points in the tournament so far. We'll see Lucier come back in as a couple other substitutions made as well. Brown comes in shooting just 2 of 6 from the free throw line in the tournament. O'Fallon just 21 of 39 on the tournament. Not a very good percentage at all.
Yeah, the free throws really hurt O'Fallon against Decatur MacArthur. Obviously, it was an 8-point game. O'Fallon missed, I think, 10 free throws in that game. That was Beverly's who missed 10 free throws, but they missed quite a few free throws down the stretch, and there's another missed free throw. That doesn't help your offensive confidence either, missing easy free throws.
Yeah, they get it to Tyson, and now to McNeil. He'll survey things. Get to that 1-4 look they've been running the past few minutes. Get it to Thompson, now to Lucier, and now they'll flow into the flex. Trying to get it to McNeil off of the down screen, nothing there. He'll get there, and he's fouled by Harris.
Well, the thing is TJ McNeil's doing a lot of the work, but Collierville's role players have done a pretty good job here of getting themselves involved and making the easy shots, because obviously keying in on McNeil is he's going to have to dish it out. We've seen this with a lot of star players in this tournament. Jordan Lewis for Althoff just a minute ago. And the role players doing a good job of finishing, just like Antonio Thompson did. Elijah Lucier hasn't had a great game so far, but he can come out at any point and have a big spark.
Yeah, they're gonna Worked around there, and now they'll get it to Lucier, and shot up, and no good. Thompson down there with the rebound. The scramble will wind up with the Panthers. Rennie Harris will look to push, guarded by McNeil. McNeil able to get the steal, get it to Thomas. They'll have a run out. Lucier just able to get to it, using every bit of that 6'8" frame, but the attempted to save goes out of bounds, and it will be back to the Panthers.
Great poke right there by TJ McNeil to get that started. Not the best pass by Thomas, but a tough one to make. Unfortunately, your guards are going to get that ball. Luigi Lucier's a little bit slower than those guys.
Yeah. Get it to Gilliam in the corner, trying to work it in. They'll get it to Smith. Back out to Rush, deflected by Boyce, and was not quite able to keep it in bounds. And referee will ask the question, and we'll have a timeout called by Coach Taggart. He'll take a 30. We'll be back in that 30 here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
We welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gym. Lead 23-20 for the Dragons, and I feel like neither team has really been quite able to establish a cohesive run one way or the other. It seems like we've had stretches of 90 seconds or so where one team will have the advantage and then the other team will get it back.
Yeah, we've seen all that in all of the games that we've played today. I mean, all the games that have been played today. It's been really good. Every single team keeping it close, and all these teams playing hard. And even though they have nothing to play for as Rush gets fouled in the jump shot, they're still it's still exciting and enjoyable, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, both of their earlier games have been close. This one has been close so far. They'll get the foul on Boyce. Yeah, I mean, really has. I mean, but that's what you want. At this point, you've had the matchmaking set up. You should have competitive matchups in each of the games that we have here on this third day. Shot up and good by Rush as Tyson will re-enter.
Yeah, Jaden Rush, this is his first year at the tournament because he was back on that Metro East Lutheran team that had Bennett Bryles, DeMarcus Bean. Obviously, he had his brother on it, who's
now, I believe, playing in Georgia.
Georgia, yep.
Shot up and rebounded by Smith. And Coach Taggart won't be very happy about that one. That's another offensive rebound that they've given up. Camper will look on the wing to Harris, guarded by Tyson. Drive middle, kick it over to Gilliam from 12 feet, air ball that don't really want him taking too many of those. Harris able to get the rebound, go up and be fouled. They're going to get that on Thompson.
Just read Sean Taggart's lips. He's like, why'd you let him get the rebound? And I'd agree right there. Not only one offensive rebound, but two offensive rebounds. And at that point, it was obviously a foul, but in the grand scheme of things, the referee is going to call those fouls against O'Fallon.
Yeah. Harris shot up, good. Rennie Harris with 5. Right at his average for the tournament now here in the second half. So Harris off to a decent start. We know he's definitely capable of more, but nice to see him be in a decent position at this point in the game. Second one up and also good, as we'll see Brady come back in as Thompson will have a seat.
Mm-hmm. And that's where Alex Vandenberg his loss is extremely important because he's a big rebounder, makes the important rebounds, and suddenly Collierville are undersized, and they had that problem against Collinsville last night. Zach Chambers took it to him.
They're going to work it there to McCray. He'll get it over in the corner. Trying to get it to McCray. McCray just a little bit out of position to make the pass. I'll have a scramble for it. Held ball possession to the Dragons.
Well, Fallon need to do some help side defense right there because they'll run that flex offense, Zach, and then they'll make that screen right in the middle. And since everyone on the other side is focused about the flex screen, in some cases we saw Lucier almost have a shot, and right there, the ball is kind of right there to be had, and no one's guarding them because the screen was messed up.
Yeah.
especially at least defensively for O'Fallon.
Yeah, they're going to work it around there, get it up to Rush on the wing, guarded by McCray. He'll survey things and bring it back out. Plenty of time there. They'll get it on the wing to Smith. McCray will switch, now have McNeil on Rush. Get it to Harris, over to Gilliam. Gilliam out on the wing, look to drive. Help there by McNeil. He got ran into, no call either way, and now we have a foul over the back, I think, on one of the Collierville players, and they're going to get that on Isaiah Tyson. That'll be his first. And yeah, that'll be
1-on-1.
Yeah, that'll be 1-on-1.
I think we got to figure out who's shooting the basketball here. I think it will be Trey Gilliam again.
Seems like it.
At the line for O'Fallon, Trey Gilliam.
This has definitely been the closest game of our three this far, just in terms of just neither team giving much of an inch. You talked about it a little bit earlier.
Gilliam makes the free throw, and he'll shoot another one. Yeah, I mean, all the matchups today should be very good. Collinsville, Lincoln, intriguing as they, they've certainly had their fair share of matchups over the years, not only in this tournament, but before that as well. And, obviously remembering that 2018 semifinal where the Rail Splitters, led by Caden Froby and Jermaine Hamlin, took on the Rayshawn Taylor K-Hawks, a game that the K-Hawks wound up winning, as we'll have a foul on Rennie Harris. That'll be his second. Sixth on the Panthers, so one away from the bonus are the Dragons. I have a sideline out of bounds play here with, they're going to bring in
Webb Thomas there on that near side.
Trigger it, and they'll get it out into the backcourt for Tyson. Tyson will bring it up, and they'll look to get it. Brady going to come up and set a ball screen, get another one from McCray. McNeil going to put on some dribble moves, guarded by Smith. Shot up, no good. McCray skying for the rebound, wound up hitting him in the head. Goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Panthers.
Yeah, frustrated Cooper McCray there. That's the second time where the ball is just left out of his hands. He just a little unlucky. That was the first time I thought in this game where Terrion McNeil forced a little too much of his shot. Could have looked for a better pass right there, gotten his teammates involved.
Yeah, get it in there, and nice drive in the lane, set up the easy pass for Harris. Lead for the Panthers out to 4 now. We'll see if the Dragons are able to get a bucket here. It's a 9-second or so difference between shot clock and game clock. Tyson will bring it up, and he'll survey things. Get it there now over to, that was McNeil, now to Brady, now to Tyson. He'll get it out to McCray. Pull up from about 17 feet and got it. Nice smooth stroke there from Cooper McCray. Not a guy that's going to shoot a lot from outside, but able to get that one to fall, and the lead is just 2 for the Panthers.
Yeah, good response by Cooper McCray, and O'Fallon thought they may have been able to get some momentum into the half. Let's see what they do here.
Here is Smith. He'll drive the lane and get it up there. Not really anything Brady can do. Tried to take the charge. 1 second left, and that will not count. And we'll have a 29-25 lead at halftime. And we'll be back in a few minutes with some halftime stats and any other information that tickles our fancy. And we'll have it all here for you on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company. In a time like this, in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's a lot better now.
It was like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of K-Hawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News.
And a very good afternoon to you. My name is Matthew Clark. We're back here on the K-Hawk Sports Network for our halftime show of the 7th place game here. The score being O'Fallon 29, Collierville 25. Zach Roseman took you through the first half. He'll step back and give me some color in the second half. You did a really good job, Zach. Well done.
Thank you, Matt.
And let's go ahead and give you some of the halftime stats here for Collierville O'Fallon. The Panthers lead by 4 in a battle for 7th place. So we talked about O'Fallon's shooting woes coming into this game, and they have continued. They are 11 of 24 from the field, 45 points, 45%. They are 18 points in the paint to Collierville's 14, and With the three-pointers, O'Fallon still ice cold from 3, 0 of 3. They have not made a three-pointer in quite some time, probably since the first quarter of the Lincoln game, if I had to think. Reddy Harris leads the Panthers with 8 points. There are 7 different Panthers in the scoring. The only one that hasn't scored is Dwayne Chapman Jr., who was 0 of 2 from the field for Collierville. They actually they've shot the ball really well in this first half. The 57.9%, that's 11 of 19. Normally, when you shoot the ball that well, you'd expect to be up. Terrion McNeil has 9 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. That's a stat line that we've seen pretty consistently throughout this tournament. TJ Thompson off the bench had some big buckets. He is second in scoring with 8. Collierville and O'Fallon both have turned the ball over a little bit. Panthers have 8 turnovers. The Dragons have 9 turnovers, but that has not left to many points on the fast break. Just 2 apiece for the team. The lead has changed 3 times. Collierville had a 1-point lead coming out of the first quarter, but O'Fallon with a 15-10 advantage in the second quarter, and that makes them lead by 4 here in the first half. Second half action coming to you right up here in just a moment here on the KHOC Sports Network. We'll be back with you after these messages.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville Jayhawks on the KHOC Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Jayhawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Jayhawks! First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121. Or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And second half action coming to you live here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the KHOC Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. My name is Matthew Clark once again, joined by Mr. Zach Roseman. And the Collierville Dragons had a good first half, and it's another tight game between two good teams. We've seen some tight games already. You and I saw Granite City take down All Night by a final score, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on these, but 45-38. And then Mundelein thought they had the game won, and then the Althoff Crusaders stormed back, the comeback king Crusaders, and they were able to just cut it to 1, but unfortunately for them, they fell up just short. Mundelein won 11th place by a final score of 52-50. Of course, we still have the 5th place game coming up for you on the KHOC Sports Network at 2:30. It might be a little bit longer considering those first two games ran long because they were so tight. It'll be the voice of the KHOC Sports Network, Todd Duke, and Dr. Chris McCluskey, who will give you that action. And then back at 4:30, with us, we will give you the Consolation Championship. That is between McClure North and Triad. The first time those two teams have played in the 21st century. So second half action here. O'Fallon will start in man-to-man, it seems, but a little bit of confusing looks there. It looks like they will be in the zone, actually. Boyce. McRae now. And Tyson. O'Fallon using a good trap zone there. That helped them in the first half, changing their defense. Boyce. Hand off to McNeil. McNeil inside. McRae stolen away. Pretty sure it was Harris who got his hand to it. And now O'Fallon could push for maybe one of their biggest leads of the game. Collierville led by 5 earlier in this game. Wilmoth for 3, no good. And the rebound comes to Tyson. Tyson will look to go forward here. Guarded by Jaden Rush of the O'Fallon Panthers. Now it's Boyce. Again, they're going to trap on those sidelines and those baselines, it seems, O'Fallon. Inside to McCray. One more pass. Thompson a finish, and he's into double digits and leads the Collierville Dragons with 10. How about that performance from Antonio Thompson off the bench?
Yeah, great job there against the 2-3. Got it in the middle and then worked the baseline. Thompson with an easy layup up to 10 points now. Really, really great game for him.
Jump shot from Jaden Rush is bottom, and it's 31-27. The points are quickly restored for O'Fallon.
Yeah, nice pull-up jumper there from right at the elbow.
We saw quite a bit of that when Jaden Rush played early on. Boyce for 3, no good. McCray fought for the rebound, but DJ Chapman looked to come up with it. Nice play there by Boyce. Chapman gets it right back, and here come the O'Fallon Panthers. Rainey Harris over to Jaden Rush for the layup, and that's good. Jaden Rush starting to rush himself into things in the third quarter.
And there you go, got him up to 7 now. Dragons will be a little bit more patient here as it looks like O'Fallon are going man-to-man for this trip down.
He had 12 points versus Mundelein Jaden Rush, and look at that. TJ McNeil just put him in a blender. What a play there by TJ McNeil, who is on his way most likely to the all-tournament team.
Yeah, you'd probably think so, maybe not scoring quite as much, but, really been a guy who's carried the load for Collierville team that have done quite well so far. That have done fairly well in this tournament.
Collierville almost forced a turnover there. Rush will drive right and continue. Little fadeaway jumper from Jaden Rush to try to respond, and that's no good. Collierville have numbers. McCray looking to go. Pass to Thompson, didn't get there. Fighting for the ball under the basket. Cooper McCray, it's going to find the O'Fallon Panthers, but a travel by DJ Chapman as he rolled around right next to that near side elbow. And it will stay with the Collierville Dragons.
Yeah, Webb Thomas into the game. Yeah, just kind of a scramble situation. Both teams really getting after it. That was something that we maybe talked about a little bit last night. Not, only playing for 7th place. How's the energy level going to be? And it seems like both teams are getting after it pretty well here today.
Neither team wants to lose 3 games in a row after winning their first year at the Holiday Classic. McNeil looks to drive left. Tried to find Thompson. He didn't think he had Thomas in the corner, and Wilmoth with the steal. Wilmoth will take it himself into the lane, and that's good for Kobe Wilmoth, who only had 4 points in that first half, but it looks like he's starting to heat up. Tyson the other way. Looked to go coast to coast, but kicked it to Thomas. Thomas with the floater. No good. McCray fought for the rebound, but it went off of DJ Chapman from the Panthers. It'll stay with the Dragons.
Yeah, crowd continuing to file in. See a decent Lincoln contingent starting to make their way in as probably be a little late getting on for that scheduled 2:30 start as Harris will get
There's the steal from Rennie Harris. Rennie Harris up for the layup, no good. The second effort is no good, but O'Fallon retained possession as no other Collierville Dragon got back. Scramble on it on the floor. Again, we've seen that 4 or 5 times here in the first 3 minutes, and that will be a jump ball. O'Fallon started with the basketball in this third quarter, so Collierville will take possession. O'Fallon Panthers in risk of going 1-3 at the tournament, and I guess I stand corrected there. Looks like it was a jump ball, but they had already changed the possession arrow. My apologies, or correction there. Collierville will get the ball on the next play when they get the ball back, but Panthers have the ball now.
See Luke Rader make a kind of an early appearance. Only, I guess he has played in all 3 games, but only a total of 9 minutes played, mostly in garbage time.
Saw him play quite a bit against Collinsville last night. But he will guard Chapman, he will guard Rennie Harris right now. Trying to get low, guarding Harris. Harris looks to dribble around him. And how about that? Hayter with some good defense there early on. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Harris drives right. Looking for the charge take was Thompson, but it's going to be a blocking foul. I think that was actually TJ McNeil who was looking to take the charge. And Rennie Harris will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that'll be McNeil's second. Nobody really in foul trouble for either team. Harris went 2 for 2 in the first half. O'Fallon actually were able to get a bit of an uptick on that free throw percentage after struggling quite a bit in the first 3 games.
Rennie Harris is finally able to get that free throw to fall. Only had 2 points against the Mundelein Mustangs, but followed that up with 10 against the Decatur MacArthur Generals. When unfortunately turned the ball over 4 times, and those turnovers and missed free throws really hurt O'Fallon down the stretch. It was 2 of 4 in that game versus the Generals in the quarterfinals.
This is the second one there.
The Collierville Dragons will bring it back. O'Fallon's lead is jumped up to 7 here. Collierville Dragons want to try to keep this one close without the help of star forward Alex Vandenberg. McCray drives left, but overhit the shot. Raider with the rebound and the bucket. Well, how about that? Sean Taggart giving some trust in one of his bench players, Luke Raider, and it's paying off. 5-point game.
Yeah, Raider able to get his first bucket of the tournament there, and a good defense there by Tyson closing out on rush, and they're going to turn
And
up
a
the pressure and get a steal.
Cooper McCray into the layup, blocked by Harris. And Rennie Harris didn't think that was a foul, but the referee on the baseline did. And Collierville will have 2 to shoot here. Well, just when it looked like O'Fallon was gaining momentum and gaining control of this game, Collierville fight back with a 1-2 punch there. Got the bucket from Raider, and then the steal as Harris wasn't able to get it cleanly through the press break. But Collierville almost shooting like O'Fallon there at the free throw line. They were 2 of 2 in the first half, but have already missed 2 of their free throws in this half.
Yeah, see Harris and Wilmoth head to the bench. They'll bring Camper and Gilliam in. We'll see Gilliam, if he's able to provide that energy boost for this Panther team, with the Dragons getting a little bit of a momentum push here.
Cooper McCray plays for the Memphis Redhawks, an AAU team down there, as he makes the second. He's actually a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Memphis Grizzlies, and why wouldn't you be here? Obviously, Collierville is a suburb of Memphis, and the Memphis Grizzlies have been a good NBA team in the last couple of years, so Cooper McCray, a big fan of them. Here comes Jalen Smith. Oh, almost got the dunk. It fell away. He rose up there really long. Ball stays in play, though. Collierville the other way. McCray looking for his layup, and it's a one possession. Well, yes, it is a one possession game. And Ryan Munoz needed a timeout. Could have been a highlight reel play from Jalen Smith, but it turns into 2 points for Cooper McCray. 2-point game, 3:35 left, and we'll be back with more on the K-Hawk Sports Network right after this.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go K-Hawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet. It's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Back with you here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Collierville has jumped out to a quick 5-0 run, all by Mr. Cooper McCray. Well, actually, it was 2 points from Raider and 3 points from McCray. McCray coming in averaging just made 4 field goals coming into this game, and he now has 9 points for the Collierville Dragons. A big help in Alex Vandenberg's absence, and so is Antonio Thompson.
Yeah, really, Collierville, they've played a decent amount of guys in all their games, and this has probably been one of their better contributions from that bench unit.
Camper tried to get it to Smith, and he just got it past Thompson. Smith will look to drive outside, rush. Looking to find Gilliam inside, who's just checked in for the Panthers after the timeout. Really good recovery there, and Jaden Rush almost lost the basketball. What were you going to say, Zach?
Dragons really turning up the defensive intensity here, only down by 2 now.
They kept it close with Quincy and just barely lost it at the end. Had a rough one against Collinsville, and it looks like they have responded with a good performance here against O'Fallon. Camper's going to have to shoot it. Air ball. That's a shot clock violation. And the Collierville Dragons are starting to find it defensively after giving up 57.7 points per game coming into this game. That's second worst in the tournament. Tyson gets it up quickly.
Definitely been one of their, maybe quite possibly their best showing of the tournament, as we'll have an
illegal screen there, looks like.
They're going to get that with, get Thompson with that. That's his third. And for a guy who's been a pretty big contributor off the bench, don't want to see him pick up another one in a hurry.
They do have Elijah Luciera on the bench, who has kind of digressed after a very good game in first round against Triad. That was a 58-48 victory. The Knights play here at 4 o'clock in the Consolation Championship game. Just goes to show you how tough the Collierville Dragons have had in this tournament. They've had some tough opponents. Harris drives right, Gilliam looks to drive right as well. Will try to fight his way into the paint. That's blocked by Cooper McRae, but he tried to pass it out and Tyson wasn't looking. Jaden Rush will pull from the free throw line and sink it. That's a big mistake there, a 4-point swing, and the O'Fallon Panthers have their lead back to 4.
Yeah, Rush able to get there now up to 9. Really been just kind of a steadying presence, and been a pretty good game for him, up over his average now.
McNeil almost slipped, guarded by Harris. He'll go with his right. That's his opposite hand, tried to foul his way into the lane, and he gets a foul call. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, O'Fallon player's not very happy about it. Bench isn't happy about it either. It'll be on Camper, and we'll see McNeil shoot some free throws.
TJ McNeil, number 0, and Alex Vandenberg's absence has become the heart and soul and absolutely everything that Collierville needs. It would be a real shame if he had to leave the game as well, but he's doing well in this one thus far. Has had 16 games with 15 points or more, and he wanted that free throw, didn't he? But he had 16 of those, or 6 of them, coming into this tournament, and he has reported interest from Rockhurst University, the D2 school.
Yeah, out of
him and Alex Vandenberg both having a little bit of interest there.
Yeah, D2 school out of Kansas City, in the same conference with McKendree and Missouri S&T and a number of other schools as well.
Well, this looks like this is the lineup that Sean Taggart's going to use for a good chunk of this game. They've really done well. Rader, Tyson, or actually that's Boyce, McNeil, Thompson, and McRae on the floor for the Collierville Dragons. Jaden Rush will drive right, look to push off there, but no call. Smith will drive right into the wing for Jaden Rush, and another good recovery there from O'Fallon after being exposed, or by Collierville, correction.
Yeah, really just recovering there. O'Fallon didn't look to push all that hard, though.
Three-pointer from Wilmoth. Splash! There you go, Kobe Wilmoth. He's needed to get hot for O'Fallon, and if he could do that, that's going to add a new dimension to O'Fallon's offense. And Sean Taggart will take a timeout. O'Fallon double their lead on Kobe Wilmoth's 3. We'll be back with the final minute and a half on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Exciting third quarter here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic in the 7th place game between O'Fallon and Collierville. Collierville with the 1973 Tennessee State champions. And they made it to the semifinals in 2021, but they're down 6 here with a minute and a half to go, and they need some offense to start pouring on right now. Their defense was doing well, but Kobe Wilmoth hit a big 3, and now they could be in danger of increasing that lead. McNeil will drive right, and Rennie Harris must put his hands on him, and that's another foul that Harris does not agree with, Zach.
Yeah, that's his 4th now, and Coach Muniz with a decision to make.
And he's going to make it the decision. Yeah, Rennie Harris has been strong in this game with 9 points, but the 4 fouls are going to make him sit. We'll see when and if he comes back into the game in the 4th quarter, but I imagine that's it for him for quarter number 3.
Yeah, see Will Brown come back in, see what happens there. Harris had a pretty good game, been a reliable scoring option. But,
DJ McNeil.
Yeah.
Got Rader here. Neal, nice little pass, but Cooper McRae couldn't find it. It's happened a couple of times, but got it to Thompson, and he lost the ball too. Back to the O'Fallon Panthers. My, oh my, if Collierville could just hang on to the basketball, this lead could be to the Dragons.
Yeah, just he had it right there. Just wasn't quite able to get a secure hold on it. Good press break from the Panthers.
Rush breaks the press. Jumper, no good. TJ McNeil finds the rebound. We'll see if Collierville wants to push here. Long pass to Boyce. He'll drive right. Little spin move up in the middle, but it is an offensive foul on B.J. Boyce. Looks like he pushed into Jaden Rush, who took the charge almost horizontally, not even with his back to the basket. And once again, the Collierville Dragons have a really tough turnover to take.
Yeah, third foul for Boyce. Been a bit of a quiet game for him, but definitely a guy that'll get his buckets when he's available to. Raider may have fouled Smith there. No call.
Wilmoth, another three. No good. And Raider finds the rebound for Collierville. Shot clock and game clock pretty much synonymous with each other, which means Collierville might look to take the final shot. 26 seconds left in this third quarter. O'Fallon with the 6-point lead. Little drive there by Boyces. It was beat and blocked by Wilmoth at the rim. Jaden Rush was beat, and Kobe Wilmoth, his teammate, comes in to help.
Yeah, it's a nice security blanket there. 6'7", long arms, pretty athletic. Got to be nice job able to slide over and get a pretty nice block.
So Raider will trigger with 19 seconds left, and the clock started a little bit late, but it doesn't matter because McNeil's driving in, missed the layup, and it's found by Smith, and O'Fallon will take the final shot of this third quarter. Jaden Rush over to Camper, who's wide open. He can hit the three sometimes. He'll pull up from there. That's no good. Rebound to TJ McNeil, and it looks like he may not have a chance to get a good shot up. Flies it over to McRae. He'll get one off here for three, and that's going to be off to the left. And the O'Fallon Panthers are still hanging in strong here at Collierville. We'll see if they can answer the O'Fallon Panthers when we come back in the fourth quarter of this 7th place game in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And so one final quarter to go for the Collierville Dragons here in their first ever Prairie Farms Holiday Classic out of Collierville, Tennessee. And for the O'Fallon Panthers, in their 15th year of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Zach, O'Fallon's a regional team, so we'll talk about them for a minute. What do you think they have to do? Has this been a good tournament for them, a bad tournament? In what ways do they need to work on? As McRae takes a three real fast, he missed it. Rebound to Rush, fought for. But Rush will get the rebound. I'll let you answer that question, Zach.
Yeah, there have been some good things. I think they played pretty well against Mundelein. Just been kind of just had MacArthur, I don't know that you can feel too terrible about that. MacArthur are a very good team, and O'Fallon were really able to keep it competitive. Just a couple of small details. Really the only horrible game that they had was Lincoln. It just happened to be really bad. And I'm sure there's things that Coach Muniz will want to work on. Nice take there by Wilmoth.
Kobe Wilmoth is up to double digits. He's done it pretty quietly here, but those points have been crucial for O'Fallon, getting an 8-point lead. Tyson tried to drive in, and that's stolen by Smith, and he'll look to go the other way. Smith going up for the layup, and it rolls in for Jalen Smith, who's got his second bucket of the day, and O'Fallon are starting to roll just like they wanted to do. They only had 2 fast break points in the first quarter, and now they've got quite a few more in this second quarter.
Yeah, you spoke about Wilmoth kind of having a quiet, kind of a quiet 11. Well, I feel like for Smith it's kind of been a loud 4. I feel like we've called his name a lot.
Smith looking for the upside alley-oop. Rush found the rebound, Rush scores, and O'Fallon are up to double digits here. They're starting to run up and down the court, and Collierville can't catch up to them.
Yeah, they got Rush and Wilmoth both with 11 now, and that's pretty much the difference.
Collierville cannot let this game slide right here. It was different from Collinsville. They were close in this game. They gave it away in the fourth quarter against Quincy, and they kind of are giving it away right now. Tyson doesn't take the three. Boyce doesn't either. He'll ask for a screen. Boyce driving left into the paint, looking for a hard layup. And I believe it was either Camper or Will Brown to get that block, and they've done all of this. They've gone on this good run without Rennie Harris, who was sitting on the bench with 4 fouls.
Yeah, you're going to see McNeil come back in now. You know, Coach Taggart going to the guy that's been carrying the load, and you're going to have to put in a lot of work now. Down 12.
Can Collierville find something special to end their tournament? That would help with the 3, but it doesn't go. And Camper can push here for O'Fallon. Jalen Smith has been in transition quite a few times in this second half. A lot different offensive mentality from O'Fallon here in this second half compared to what we saw in the first half today and in the second half against Lincoln. Rush drives it to the middle of the paint, and he's fouled.
Yeah, they are going to get the block there. See who exactly they want to get that on.
Not any of the Collierville Dragons are in a huge deal of foul trouble, but at this point when you're down 12, that's not going to necessarily matter in terms of what you have to do to win the game. Rader was out for just a couple of minutes. Sean Taggart will check him right back in.
And they're going to give that to, they're going to give that to Linwood Dillard into the game.
Jaden Rush, 1 of 4 from the free throw line coming into this game, 1 of 2 from the free throw line at the beginning. And when you have a point guard like that, you would hope to expect him to make those free throws, especially when late in the game scenarios you might give someone like Jaden Rush the basketball in hopes that he would make a 3-point or a free throw. As McCray has subbed out, Rader will come back in.
Yeah. Ground slowly starting to fill up. Haven't really been outside to determine if the weather's improved at all. It was rather rainy and unpleasant this morning. We'll see Thomas come back in as Dillard will head to the bench.
And Sean Taggart's men lost by 16 to Collinsville late last night, and it looks like they're losing by 6 or 14 to O'Fallon now. McNeil's going to have to do something special here in these final 6 minutes to lead O'Fallon or Collierville to a victory or to a massive comeback. McNeil had Tyson open. Tyson will drive right.
I got
Wilmoth
on Tyson. That's a bit of an interesting matchup. Wilmoth, pretty athletic, though. We'll see how well he does guarding the smaller, probably quicker defender.
Tyson with the jumper, no good. Rebound is going to find Rader, who flies on the floor for it. McNeil, shot clock resets as he'll go into the paint, and he is fouled, TJ McNeil.
Yeah, they're going to get that on Will Brown. Just kind of a scramble situation. Collierville have done that pretty well in really all tournament, just able to reset in situations where you got guys running all over the place, and McNeil with the opportunity to get up to 14 points provided he makes both.
TJ McNeil, if I'm not mistaken, went 1 of 2 from the free throw line just a minute ago as he does not get the first.
See Chapman come back in. Wilmoth will head to the bench.
Shot 16 free throws, and it looks, McNeil shot 16 free throws. Going into this game, didn't shoot any in the first half. It's his second trip here, and then Muniz elects to go with more of a defensive substitution there, putting Wilmoth on the bench, who's in double digits now. McNeil makes the second. It is 49-36.
Yeah, Collierville going to put the trap back on. Nice break there, getting it to Camper.
Camper will go up for the layup. Just got past TJ Thompson, and O'Fallon's lead is back up to 15.
Yeah, Camper with 7 off the bench. Really has been a pretty solid tournament for him.
McNeil fires a 3. That is good from TJ McNeil. And Collierville still have life in this game as they press here on the side. That's a really nice pass from Camper. Rush will push the floor. Rush outside. That's a big 3 from Will Brown. No good, but the backside rebound was almost corralled by Isaiah Camper. And they get the ball back here, Collierville. Here's a couple of runs who could be made. Outside, Webb Thomas has a chance at an open 3. No good. And the rebound comes to Jaden Rush, and he's fouled by Rader because he knew that O'Fallon were about to be on the break there.
Yeah. Yeah, just not quite hitting at a rate of efficacy that we want as see McCray come in as Thompson will have a rest. Yeah, just Dragons kind of running out of time here. If they're gonna make that big run, they need to do it now.
And unfortunately, Alex Vandenberg still sits the bench. What do you think would have happened to Collierville? Could they have beaten Quincy if Alex Vandenberg had played that whole game?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, do I think they would have? It's kind of hard to make a quick judgment. I think the Collinsville game definitely would have been closer if Vandenberg had played. It was Collierville just came out a little bit flat, and Collinsville really responded pretty well after the they're pretty deflating loss to Rockford East.
Yeah, that game was kind of over after 3 quarters. The JV teams from both sides did feel like played the remainder of that game as O'Fallon looks to get the ball in. Another missed 3 there by Webb Thomas. Imagine if he made those threes. If he made them both, it would be a 5-point game. TJ McNeil. And there's a stoppage here by the referee on the near side.
Yeah, they didn't started the shot clock a little bit late. Probably get down to, I don't know, 28 or 29 if I had to guess.
Yeah, there's been a couple of situations where the shot clock has gone down, and it's kind of up to the referee's discretion on how many seconds are left. There was a little disagreement in the Belleville East Lincoln game. I got the chance to watch that and watch the referees discuss that pretty closely.
Yeah, they're going to get it down to 30, and so maybe not quite as much off as I would have thought, but no harm at any rate.
Collierville needs some scores and some stops. Will Brown will go into the layup. No good. Tipped no good by DJ Chapman. And the drive will come in for Tyson, who just flings it up there. That's no good, and it is going to be out of bounds on Jalen Smith. So Collierville will retain possession here with just 4:07 to go. Time running out for the Dragons here in the Holiday Classic to win 7th place.
Yeah, and O'Fallon will return Rennie Harris with his 4 fouls sat since, from the later stages of that 3rd quarter when he picked up his 4th. But here now and looking to see if he can ice that game for the Panthers.
McNeil was fouled on the 3, and it goes! TJ McNeil, that's another 3. A bad foul by Will Brown, and he'll go to the free throw line. Holy cow, TJ McNeil with a big 3 there. And just when you thought Collierville was finished, they have an opportunity to cut it to single digits here. Well, they will with TJ McNeil's free throws, 51-39. Did they put points up there for TJ McNeil's basket? Now they have. So it's a 9-point game, and TJ McNeil can make it 8 with 4:05 to go. It's a good set there by Sean Taggart.
Yeah, they've kind of run sort of that elevator concept as an out-of-bounds play a couple of times, and it's worked there. McNeil will make it. He's up to 20 points, and the lead down to 8.
Well, Collierville's trap has been a little bit problematic for O'Fallon, but they get out of it that time. Isaiah Camper dribbles into the lane, just looks for a floater. That's no good, and the rebound comes to Collierville. They have gone on a bit of a run here, the Dragons. McNeil goes into the lane with the layup. No good. McRae finds the rebound, and he's fouled going up, and Collierville will have more free throws here.
Yeah, they're going to get Gilliam with that one. And, just another little bit of a run here from the Dragons. We'll see if they're able to keep it going. McRae will shoot some free throws, and didn't go in the first half. I feel like he's made a trip or 2 here in the second half.
He definitely has. Only had 1 free throw before this game. He missed it. And that free throw is no good from Cooper McRae. And Collierville will need those free throws as much as possible. Me and the voice of the Todd Duke, the voice of the KHOC Sports Network, and I kind of talked about this in the Belleville East Decatur MacArthur game, but it seems similar to when O'Fallon had that big lead in the championship last year and just lost it. Now, obviously, much lower stakes than last year, but Collierville looked like they were done and dusted, make 2 threes, and that's what the difference can be in these games.
Yeah, they're going to get free throw was good. Back it down to 7, and nice job by Rush there. Roping the baseline. They're going to get Tyson with the foul. That'll be his 2nd.
And Jaden Rush will make a second trip to the free throw line. He tiptoed almost the entire baseline and then the sideline, and whenever he was fouled, he hit right into head coach Brian Munoz, who was gone now, if I have this right, 95 and 76 as an OTHS head coach. Joined in 2007.
I think I don't know.
Or no, not 2007, but
I had him. I thought he picked up his 100th with the win over Mundelein. Although I may have done my math wrong.
Never know, but the most important thing is that Brian Muniz has been here at O'Fallon for quite a long time, and he's done a good job.
Yeah,
first free throw is good for Jaden Rush.
Yeah, he's had some pretty good teams the past few years. He had that 2020 group with Sean Riley, Mason Blakemore, Dawson Algie that just, unfortunately ran into one of the best teams that this area has seen, in that Collinsville group, and had decent run last year, won a decent amount of games, wound up losing to Quincy in the regional championship game, and looking for the opportunity, maybe get one there. They will be hosting the regionals at the Panther Dome this year, and we'll see what opportunities present themselves there.
Yeah, they lost in the regionals last season to Quincy, who was in the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic Championship. That'll be tonight at 7:30 against Decatur MacArthur. You could hear Todd Duke, the voice of the KHOC Sports Network, and I on that one. That is one you don't want to miss. But O'Fallon has pushed their lead out to 9 here. Shot clock down to 5. O'Fallon will have to put a shot off. It'll be Jalen Smith for 3, and he's not the shooter that O'Fallon need there. McCray will go up for a layup here and make it. And a timeout by Sean Taggart. O'Fallon just can't get away from Collierville. It'll be a 30-second, actually a full timeout here for the Collierville Dragons, and we'll be back after it on the KHOC Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOCSports.com and the KHOC Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOC Sports Network and KHOCSports.com.
Back with you here with the final 2:46 of the fourth quarter of the 7th place game here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. And no lead is safe here, Zach. It doesn't feel like we're going to have a 20-point blowout today. Maybe we'll see that later in the day, but all of these games have been neck and neck, and no team has been able to feel comfortable at all at any point of these 2 3/4 games that we've called this far. And, Collierville only shot 2 threes in the first half. They're going to have to shoot a couple more than they have, but they'll have to shoot a few in order to get back into this one, Zach, I think.
Yeah, they're going to put the trap on there. O'Fallon have done a good job breaking it all night. Wilmoth, a great head fake there. He's up and good. Wilmoth up to 13 points and the lead up to 9 for the Panthers.
When Colby Wilmoth plays good, O'Fallon have played good as well. That lead is back up to 9 for the Panthers. McRae looking around Gilliam and got the layup to go. Cooper McRae has put up some big buckets here in this final game after having a bit of a lackluster start.
Yeah, up to 14 points now. Him and McNeil are going to be the guys that are going to get Collierville into a position to win, possibly.
Gilliam back out to Harris. They'll bleed the shot clock here. Collierville will have to play good pressure defense, and that's what TJ Thompson's doing right now. Outside to Rush again. Can't afford to turn over the ball here if you are O'Fallon.
Yeah, 10 now. Able to drive in.
Wilmoth lost the ball. That is a turnover. And TJ McNeil comes the other way. Smith trying to close him down. That's a layup and foul. A blocking foul on Jalen Smith as both of them were going up. More free throws coming here, and the lead can be cut to 5.
Yeah, it's just a matter of being able to. Collierville just haven't been a little inconsistent making them. Only Smith's first, so no real harm there. See if McNeil can continue to chip into this Panther lead.
McNeil has been rough from the free throw line here, but he needs both of these free throws. Missed the first one.
Yeah, just, that'll probably be the difference. A lot like that O'Fallon MacArthur game, just Collierville struggling a little bit. McNeil's had a good game, but you gotta make these if you want to win.
Fallon took care of themselves from the free throw line today, unlike the games against MacArthur and Lincoln on day 2, and that just may be the difference because Collierville hasn't been able to do the same thing. Drush tried to give it to the referee, and he's going to try to count him in here now. The referee was holding his hand up to make sure the clock was stopped. Here comes Harris. Just beat Boyce out there. Harris inside. Wilmoth got the bucket and got the foul, and that just may be the O'Fallon points that get them the 7th place victory.
Yeah, looks like it. Foul will be on Felipe Boyce, his 4th. Wilmoth will look to convert the and 1, get it back out to 8. And you may very well be right. That might be the final nail in the coffin for the Dragons. We'll see Raider come back in at the next opportunity.
And it's tough for Collierville, driving 4 hours, 54 minutes to get here, and started off well with the good win over Triad, but it just hasn't gone their way in these final 3 games. They've been unlucky. They've had a couple of injuries and problems that have hurt them, and that's what's plagued them to what will be the only team that made it to the winner's bracket and lost 3 games.
Yeah, we'll see what we'll see if we have them back. Not, as we meant, not too far away, and we'll see if the Dragons want to continue coming back up here in future years. Thompson misses a bunny, and a bucket here from O'Fallon you would think would just kind of serve. Nice move by Harris. Shot up.
Rennie Harris. That away from Rennie Harris, who spun around all the Collierville Dragon defenders and put the ice on the bucket there.
3 Panthers in double figures. Ball, and it will stay with. It'll go to the Panthers. Up 11 now. Less than a minute to go. Pretty much all over but the crying now.
Well, Collierville, Tennessee has been a fun team to watch here. Definitely enjoyable, but a couple of really tough matchups, and that's what will look to be their fall. Harris with another layup, and Rennie Harris is up to 13 points on the day, and Sean Taggart will call a quick timeout. I think it's just to get all the bench players in, but we'll see if he ends up using the entire timeout. Not sure.
That'll be a 30.
And it should be a 30-second timeout. One more break here at the KHOC Sports Network, and we'll finish the 7th place game up for you guys.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of KHOC Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
So the Collierville Dragons, team that we didn't know a lot about now. Zach, what would you address as the Collierville's strengths and the Collierville's concerns going into their second half of the season, which will be all the way down in Tennessee? They start district play up after the new year.
Yeah, getting into that now, and really have played a pretty good schedule. Looked pretty good. Looked to be one of the better teams in the Memphis area. Losing Vandenberg hurts. Hopefully they're able to get him back. I don't know when exactly their first game will be after the new year, but once if they're able to get him back, really looked pretty good. Obviously going to get through into district play and see if they can make another decent run in the playoffs. They've been a pretty solid program, and I think there's some things to learn. And just kind of rolled around there from Dillard.
And that sums up the last 2 days for the Collierville Dragons. And Trey Dillard's hit a couple of threes in the past, but O'Fallon will dribble it up again. And they have responded strongly here in this one and taking care of business. Collierville kept it close right at the end, but the O'Fallon Panthers will be able to leave with some happiness. Final seconds here in this one as Collierville will put up one more shot. That'll be Dillard. He'll get the layup. That will count for 2, but it's not going to matter. The O'Fallon Panthers, after scoring 0 points in the third quarter against Lincoln, pick up 62 here and a 7th place victory against the Collierville, Tennessee Dragons. The Panthers, who finished second last year, couldn't get it done in their rematch against Decatur MacArthur, are able to get a win on day number 3. So that'll go ahead and do us for us here on the KHOC Sports Network. Coming up next is going to be Lincoln versus Collinsville, an old-fashioned matchup between the Rail Splitters and the KHOCs. That's at 2:30. Time is 2:37. It's supposed to be at 2:30. It'll be at about 2:50 tip-off there against Lincoln and Collinsville. 4:30, we've got the Constellation Championship. That'll be McClure North Stars against the Tri Knights, and you can hear myself, Matt Clark, and Zach Roseman on the call for that one as well. But for now, we will see you later, and this has been a presentation of the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic on the KHOC Sports Network. We'll see you in a little bit.